Game on.
Okay, we're going to do the unboxing now of the MIO AIR2. Now again, if you want to see the original version, my friend Wagner over at Wagners Tech Talk already had a review of the first one. This one was just completed on Kickstarter, and this is a production unit. I know some people got a pre-production unit. This is actually a production unit of the MIO AIR2. And the box looks really nice. It's got a nice, you know how I am with boxes. So the box itself is really nice. They try to give you a really nice premium experience right here. See, it's explore your metaverse life on this side. And here it's the organization who helped create it. And some information here on the unit itself right there. But, you know, the box feels nice. You know, but we don't care about the box. I mean, I care about the box because that's just me. But the box, I will say, looks very premium. It looks very, very nice. They put some attention to detail. So we're going to open this thing up right here. And we have to pull these little tabs here, I guess, to get inside. So there's one side. And we are now going to get inside and see what we actually have in this kit. So let's see how this opens up here. I guess it does. It's just tight. There we go. So, nice cardboard box. No big deal. But let's see what we have in here. Let's turn it, I think, this way. There we go. So we have a pamphlet here, it looks like. With a QR code on the back. I assume there's going to be mostly our instruction manuals here, but we do have a, looks like a screen cleaner, which is always good to have. It's a microfiber cloth. We have a small user guide. It looks like it's multilingual. And we have a My OPA guide. Okay. Looks like some general information, which is, we'll probably look at this a little bit later. I just put this thing back in here so we don't lose anything. And we have another little box in here, and I bet this is what we're really looking for right here. Really nice packaging. There's some more stuff on the bottom still, so I'm going to save that for last. What is under here? Looks like we have our power cord, and it is a special custom power cord. It's USB-A on one side, but a custom magnetic connector on this side that'll connect to the eyeglassware itself. And this is what I heard a lot about, these special little lenses here. Let's see if I get this thing out of here. Here we go. So if you have prescription eyewear, you could take this to your ophthalmologist and use these. These are magnetic. And you can have your prescription lenses put in here. Now I'm not going to need this for up close. I am more for distance. But I'll be using this probably more, you know, in closer proximity, I guess. So most of this is just the box. I'll move this box out of the way, like so. I do like the how the silver's on it. I'm gonna move it out of the way, just to give us more room to work. And we have our lenses. We have our power cord, and everything else we're gonna need is inside here. And I gotta say, they did pay some attention to detail in the packaging. It's got a really nice feel to it. Explore your metaverse life. This does feel really nice, and I think it's magnetic. I think it's magnetic. It is. So, you got a nice premium package. Felt on the inside, which is nice. And looks like we have a USB-A to USB-C connector here. Now this is kind of cool too. So you can control this not only with touching the eyewear itself. This is like a little ring. You can use this to navigate the device as well. You have arrow keys and an enter here, and I guess that's a return button on there. So this is kind of nice. They include something like this as well if you don't want to use the actual eyewear to control this. And it feels relatively light. And that's where we use the USB-C. So this is the charger for this. So we put this in here, like so, and you can charge this ring and put this over to the side. That's kind of nice. I may use the ring, I'm not quite sure. But here is, let's see what we have here. This is another lens. Let's see. So this is basically using this for sunglasses. So it's obviously protected with special film. But this will clip right on, and you can use this as a pair of sunglasses, because normally it would just be regular clear see-through. But if you're wearing this outside on a sunny day, I do like the fact that they included these sunglasses here. It's okay to touch it here right now, but that's a nice touch. I'm going to put it back in the bag for now, because I'm not going to need sunglasses for right now. But again, they did include them, which is very, very nice of them to do. Put this back inside here, like so. I'm actually really excited to try this thing out. I'm not going to lie. I'm very excited about this. And here, inside the box, what is this? Something else down here. What is this? Something I cannot read, so I'm going to put it back down. But the box itself, I'm going to put this over here for a second. Looks like you can use it to transport. That looks like the box does collapse. It's kind of nice. The box is solid. I know I get too crazy on boxes, but this is what you want to see, is inside this bag right here. So let's take a look at this pair of glasses right here. And look at that. Now, these are not going to be like tiny little glasses. They are quite large. But the reason being is all the electronics, the battery, the operating system, the processor, Wi-Fi, video cameras, everything's integrated inside this. So it is not the smallest, for sure, but everything is included in here. So here is our charger port right here that we use to charge the headphones, or the eyeglasses I should say. And my understanding is this is all a touch sensitive area on both sides over here for different functions. We have a web camera or video camera built in. Now the other thing too is this does not have like some of these glass you see, they may have like a mirror and like a little transmitter or screen that projects on here. The screens are actually built into the glass here, and I could see it a little bit right now. I'm not sure if it comes across on the video recording here, but I could see like it looks like about a 1 inch by 1 inch square screen on both sides. That's a full color LCD screen. Now there's a bunch of technology that's built into these. My big thing I want to use this for, I really do like my Oculus Quest. I like going into my own reality and so forth, but there's something to be said about something that lets you do that but still see what you're doing. I'm dying to try this thing out for navigation. I'll be able to see navigation screens while I'm in here, watching YouTube videos on a virtual screen while still seeing outside. With an Oculus Quest, you are immersed inside the device. Now you can walk outside if you are safe zone and kind of see a very poor black and white representation, but this you'll be able to see perfectly fine. And I wish I had this when I went to my the show, the Cleveland Gaming Expo, because I could have recorded first-person perspective what was going on. That would have been kind of neat to do so. Now, as far as weight goes, this doesn't feel that bad. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel flimsy either. But the one thing to remember is that this does look kind of bulky overall. But that's what's in the box itself. So what I'm going to have to do is charge this and see how well it actually performs. I'm dying to try this thing out. But I will say, just in touching this and everything I had in the box, it doesn't feel cheap. It feels kind of premium. The weight feels good. We have to in here batteries and everything else that are in here. So the next step is really for me to try this out a little bit, and I can talk more about it. But as far as what you get in the box, you're going to get your eyewear. You're going to get your charger for your eyewear. You're going to get a little key remote, which you can use if you don't want to use these touch-sensitive areas. You can use this to navigate and charger. Sunglasses, or sunglass attachment will clip on the front right there. And if you do have prescription glasses, the lenses can be put in here, and they are magnetic, and they will simply clip right on to, I'm assuming they're going to clip on the inside. That's my guess. And you have the eyewear pieces right here. So next thing we'll do is really to charge this up and see what it is. But this is what you get in the box, and I'm quite impressed with it right now. Now, This is not going to be like the most attractive eyewear, I don't think, for sure. However, that's not what this is about. This is about taking computer-generated images and overlaying it into your real life. And that's what I'm really excited about. I'm dying to try it. So we'll be back after I get this thing all charged up and try this out for a little bit and see how the functions work. Okay, I'm going to give you some quick thoughts of these INMO glasses. Now, I was extremely excited to get this in the mail when they offered me to review this. I love VR, and I thought augmented reality would be really, really cool. But it has to be done, obviously, right. Now, this thing has its own Android operating system built in, and it has a camera built in. And I know they say it's stylish. It's really not stylish. I mean, you kind of look weird with these things on. But if they did what they said, I really wouldn't mind it. Now, it having its own Android operating system on here, there's no access to like a Play Store. They have their own little store with just like YouTube and a couple smaller apps on here. But it's got a processor, it's got GPS, it's got all these bells and whistles built in. It's got these two screens in here which, work inside. They show videos of this working like outside, you're in the street during the daytime. You can't see this at all outside in the daytime. Now I'm doing recording right now, which I'll show you kind of what I'm seeing, in my camera. Right now I'm turning my head. So I was like, cool, at least I could do video, first person, video stuff. But you can see by the quality is just okay. It's nothing great. So I think a lot of promises they said in their video on Kickstarter really pumped it up. There's some other YouTube videos out there really pumping this thing up. But I got to be honest, I'm finding a hard time finding usages for it. It's supposed to be able to sync up to your phone and display it over there. I've been working for about 2 weeks now. I still can't get that to work at all. So I can't like screencast my phone onto here. So they're showing like navigation. I haven't gotten any of that stuff to work. Pretty much the only thing I've gotten to work is the recording I'm doing right now, taking pictures, which again, it's supposed to be 1080p. It looks like the bit rate is kind of low, so the quality is not stupendous. So you can see right here, I'm just driving in the car. It could make a decent dash cam when you're looking at it. The resolution is okay, but you still can't see license plates. At least I've not been able to see license plates on it. But if an accident does happen, you at least have a record of what happened along those lines. So as far as that goes, it's okay. Maybe you see a deer right in front of the car and you have your insurance company. So as far as those use cases, it's okay. It does have built-in storage, which is fairly decent. And then you can just connect it to your PC and offload the video later. But again, I would like to have navigation. As I'm driving, it would be really great to see the navigation screen in front of me as I'm driving. But there's no navigation software in their store, and I have no way to connect it to my cell phone. And the photograph on the website that I have right here shows this navigation screen. No idea what that is. I have no idea how to get that to work. So that's unfortunate. But as you can see, if you just want to use it for something like this, well, you can record video. They claim like 6 hours of battery life. I get about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours out of it. You can watch YouTube and videos on it, but when you're on YouTube, it comes with a little ring. I don't have it right now. It's actually charging upstairs, which the ring makes it a little bit easier to use. But the problem is, when you're on like YouTube and trying to search, and you're doing it by text, it's so small. It's only 640 by 480 screens in here. So again, I don't want to trash a product at all, but I did receive it for purposes of review, and I have to give my honest opinions. As of right now, I'm just finding a hard usage case for it. Like I said, inside, the screen is pretty good. I'm able to see what I need to see while I'm still able to see through it and talk to you. But any type of outdoor thing, what they were showing, like navigation, it's just completely unviewable. It's just washed out. But in a darkened outside, and definitely at night, it definitely works. It does have speakers in here. It's got these touch controls on the sides. You can do those type of things, which is neat. But again, this is just a quick review. I'm still going to be doing this a little bit more, see if I can figure out some of the other functions. But I'll just say, as of right now, I appreciate the opportunity to review this. But right now, I'm just seeing a hard usage case for it. The promise of augmented reality, me walking down the street and getting navigation, or me walking and doing videos. I know I'm an influencer. I like to take videos this way. Even if I look a little funny doing it, I just haven't seen the quality of the video, which you, again, have seen in this video, how it is. But again, this was a Kickstarter. This is Generation 2. I know Wagners Tech Talk, I'll put a link down below, did a review of the version 1 glasses. And I think the biggest gripe he had, and the one that I have right now, is there's no access to the Google Play Store. It's only an access to their internal store. And it looks like they may build up applications over time. but right now there's really not a lot in there to use. And like I said, unfortunately, it doesn't really work well outside, which is one of the places you want to use this. You know, walking down the street, getting your text messages, which I haven't got working on here, or getting your instant message from Facebook, which again I haven't gotten working on here yet. But it could be me. I don't want to blame the device yet. I'm still looking at it, but it does say something. When I've had it for a couple of weeks, I still can't get these features to work. Now I've seen other influencers doing video reviews of this, and they're kind of saying it really, really great. And I just haven't been able to get any of that stuff to work yet. But again, this is just my first thoughts. Hopefully it will change. But if you're interested, I'll put a link down below to their Kickstarter where you can purchase this. Maybe you'll find out I'm just an idiot and not using it right. Maybe you won't. Okay, I'm back again. A little more time working with these AIR2 glasses, and my opinion really hasn't changed too much. I will say that, you know, again, they're not the most stylish, but that's actually okay. I mean, they're augmented reality glasses, the early generation of them. It's not like the future, right? So they're built in a lot of technology into here. There are batteries built into here, the processor, memory storage, gyro sensors, 2 OLED screens, 640 by 480 resolution, which is generally okay. What I was saying before, outside they're really washed out, and it is. But they do have the sunglasses attachment you can put on. It does help a little bit with being able to see it in bright sunlight. Still not as bright as I would like, but it's usable. The little ring here does work. I mean, take a step back here. There are touch sensor bars on both sides of the glasses here, and they actually work super well. When you want to select something, you simply move your hand across and then tap to select, or move here, up and down, tap and select. So that technology works super well. But they do give you this ring. And, you know, the ring is actually okay, but I have another problem with that as well, because if I want to use like one finger, this really should be something on the side so I can use my thumb to pick it. And I guess I could hold it that way, but I think it was designed to put on this way. And then you got to use 2 hands to do it. So I guess I could always rotate it that way, but it's not really ergonomically designed for that. So a little suggestion I have is make it so you can use it one-handed like this versus having to use 2 hands. But the battery life in this works very well. And again, if you don't feel like doing this, which again, by itself works super well. The touch on here, I'm really surprised at how well the touch works. So that's good. But you can use the ring. But it doesn't take away from the current shortcomings. One thing that there was a firmware update. And of course, you get a new firmware. You want to put the new firmware on there. Now, before I was getting, honestly, about 2 hours. Now, they were saying you can get 5 hours out of this thing. I was really only getting about 2 hours of watching YouTube videos, which primarily that or recording, all I could really use it for. And but the new firmware puts like a power saving mode on that I haven't found a way to turn off. So it shuts off a lot, and you got to wake it up, or you got to wake it up, you got to wake it up. And I find that actually annoying. I would have preferred having an option to still leave it on. I know the battery doesn't last super long. 2 hours is still fairly good, and to be honest, you can connect a cable down to a battery pack and have a cable if you wanted to. I just find it a little more annoying now with this power saving mode. The glasses constantly shut off. If I want the Augmented on, I want it on to be used. But it does go through the battery life, you know, in about 2 hours, if I'm being honest. But the real major shortcoming I see of these glasses, and again, I've been working with for a while now, and they sent me more information. They said, Glenn, try this. I still was never able to get this to mirror to my Google Pixel 8. I'm sorry, 6. I want to get an 8. 6 cell phone. Because I think that would have made this much more usable. Because I still find, like with any technology, no matter how good the technology is, no matter how advanced it is, hardware's hardware, which is great. But you need software to go along with it. And seeing as how the Google Play Store is not something that's available to it, you're limited to the apps they have on here. And they just don't have enough apps to really make it worthwhile. They show it on their website, all these cool things you could do. There is ChatGPT, absolutely, there is. But again, the problem is a 640 by 480 pixel screen, the text is very small, and it's very hard to see. I do like watching YouTube videos on it, I do. The problem is I kind of have to just pick what's on the screen, because I can see the picture. It's impossible to read the text, it's just too small. There's no way to zoom in and zoom out. That would be a nice feature, if I could zoom in and then type in what I want. There is the keyboard on there that comes up in YouTube, but I can't see anything. It's just way too small. And I can say, hey, AIR2, find me this. Doesn't support that, as far as I can tell. There's no voice-to-text recognition to do that. Maybe it would with the cell phone, but I can't get it to connect to my cell phone to do that. So right now, this comes down to, it's something you can use for like recording, which I've done before. Recording, just walking around. But again, unless you're in a really bright room, and even then, the video quality is not spectacular. If it's in anything but bright light, you get a lot of artifacting on there. So I think this does have potential, but I just think, again, the lack of software is the big issue for this device. That and the small text. If there was some way to zoom in on text so we can kind of see what you're typing in, that would help us out a lot, especially when watching videos, a thing along those lines. And I really would like this thing to send notifications from my cell phone. I get a message in, pop up on the screen, so I don't miss it. It doesn't want to sync to my phone. So again, maybe it's just me. I'm messing around with it for quite a while. I'm kind of techie. I kind of know some stuff about tech. But I've just found if it does work, and if it does work and I can't figure it out, then it is way too difficult for the average user to do. And they need to work on that. This should be a simple, run the app and go. I don't know much more to say about it. Again, it's not horrible. It's definitely not too heavy on the face. I do like the touch controls. That's good. But again, there's just not enough usability in this right now. Again, I'm sure that can be addressed. It just needs some applications to do that and a proper, easy way to mirror your cell phone. Right now, you can't do that. So that's all I really have to say on these glasses here, the Air2 glasses from IMO. Again, I think they were looking for about $600 for this at this point. I think we're down a little bit. I'll put a link down below to the website. If you do want to check them out yourself and purchase them. So that's about all I have to say on these IMO Air2 glasses. Again, the technology built in is okay. It's actually decent technology, just not enough software to really make it, at least in my particular case, usable, something I'd want to use. If they can get it to work with a cell phone, easy to mirror that and zoom in on text on the screen, I think that would be a game changer for it. But as it is right now, the use is very limited, in my opinion. But that's it for today's video. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. It does help me out in the YouTube algorithms. It takes 1 second for you, but it means a lot to me. But also remember, no matter what you do, no matter what you're playing with, and what kind of technology you have, just take a moment to text, call, or let a friend you know that you love them, because tomorrow's never promised. But in between those times, game on.